¿Usted tiene alguna incidencia donde hay alguna persona vulnerable donde requiere o que quiere cruzar de forma ilegal?
A wall separates them, and yet they work side by side.
¿Listos?
Listos.
Listos, ok. Gracias.
And in Spanish. In the border city of Mexicali, local Mexican police and the US Border Control are in close contact, regularly carrying out coordinated operations to deter would-be border crossers.
The wall looks impossible to scale, but some still try. It's rare, though. Before, when the wall was lower, anyone could see them. You just had to drive along the border road, and you could see migrants climbing over it.
Buenas noches. ¿Todo bien, jefe? Sí. Vamos a casa ya.
Trump says the border's out of control and overrun by crime.
Ah, vive en Estados Unidos. Ok, sale. Adelante.
But on a Saturday night in Mexicali, it's a different picture. In this border city shaped by generations of Chinese migrants, residents from neighboring Calexico on the Californian side cross back and forth with ease.
I was born and raised in California, but I've got family here, so I come over often.
Pretty much everything. We come here for our medical appointments.
There's more choice when it comes to food and going out. I find what's happening really sad. In California, so much of our culture has Mexican roots. So it's upsetting to see so many people afraid to even leave their homes.
Elected just a few months before Donald Trump, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum rolled out a tougher security policy. She appointed former head of police, Omar Garcia Harfuch, as Secretary of Security and Citizen Protection. Arrests and drug seizures have increased sharply, and within a year, homicides have fallen by 35%. Another major change has occurred at the border, this one clearly driven by Donald Trump. Migrant crossings have plummeted. Tijuana, at the western end of the US-Mexico border. When we visited this shelter back in 2022, migrants from around the world were waiting for their chance to cross into the United States. Now it's almost empty.
Our shelter used to house 180, 200, sometimes even 300 people, depending on the situation at the time. But today we only have 17 migrants. It's been very hard to tell them that it's over, that they can no longer go to the United States or access aid programs, and that those who can't return home because of violence, political repression, or simply because they cannot survive in their home countries, they now have to stay here at the border.
Karen has been living here for a year with her husband and young son.
In the state of Morelos, we went through very difficult times. A member of our family was murdered, so we decided to leave. When we arrived here, there were still migrants stranded after trying to cross the border, and many who'd been deported. Those who could went back home.
Karen and her family are now considering settling in Tijuana, the new end of the road for those forced to leave their homes. And yet this border remains a place of constant exchange between two deeply interdependent countries. Goods, capital, workers. For them, the wall is no obstacle. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Miguel has had to get up earlier since Donald Trump's return to power.
Border officers are checking cars much more closely. It takes longer to cross the border now.
Early in the morning, he works as a delivery driver, and then later as a school assistant in California. Two jobs far better paid than in Mexico. But he lives in Tijuana, where the cost of living is lower. Born in the United States, Miguel holds dual nationality, and he's among the Latinos who voted for Trump.
I knew that if the president was re-elected, he would put pressure on Mexico to crack down on drug trafficking.
Yet Miguel's family followed a similar path to many of the migrants Trump now wants to send back. It was after settling in the United States that his family prospered.
It's the country that gave my parents a chance and allowed them to build a better life. I'm grateful to the United States.
Despite Donald Trump's relentless rhetoric, Mexicans remain pragmatic. Protests against US policy are sporadic and don't draw large crowds. For now, Mexico's economy and society are holding firm against the Trump era. But the wall that stretches to the Pacific bears the mark of a long and turbulent relationship.